Hey guys, Andrew McFarland here. Hope you're feeling amazing. I want to talk to you guys about staff uniforms in your juice bar. Should you have them? What's your approach? Give you some insight. What's my perspective on this? So, there are different kinds of juice bar environments. Some juice bar environments are intending to be a little bit more, maybe we can use the word corporate, structured, uniformed, right? And in a lot of ways that can communicate a certain level of professionalism, but it might lack approachability in some ways. Then there are other juice bars that are a little bit more casual, intending to be more friendly, or I should say approachable. Maybe not friendly, because you can be friendly in corporate environments as well, but relaxed, let's say. Okay? You don't want or I would imagine you don't want your business to come across disheveled or disorganized. So depending on how you decide to have your dress code, if it's not a strict uniform, then you probably do want to have some parameters clearly on what people can and cannot wear, meaning someone can't show up to your business shirtless, or someone may not be able to show up to your juice bar in a miniskirt. It's not that kind of environment, right? In my perspective, it's neither good nor bad. It's just a matter of preference. But a few things I want to point out in terms of how you may want to consider approaching these things in the event that you go in one direction or another is, if you do decide to go more of the structured uniform route, make sure that everybody is committed to exercising this and embodying the uniform and wearing the uniform on a regular basis, because it doesn't look good to have some people on your staff, unless maybe they're in management and you decide to have one person on staff at a given time who's more casual for the sake of allowing them to have their own identity. That's fine, that's up to you. But to have half of your staff wearing uniforms, the other half of your staff isn't wearing uniforms, looks a little bit more unorganized. And so the other thing too is that a lot of times when people think about uniforms, they think just a t-shirt with your logo on it or a hat with your logo on it. But there are many, many ways that you can approach a uniform, right? It could be a color scheme. It might be that everybody has to wear black shirts and blue jeans, or green shirts or any variation of green on their top, so they could have a green sweater. You get to decide what your uniform looks like. And so I just kind of want to broaden your mind and your perspective, and so you can get creative with how you want the space to feel. Now, in a lot of ways, you want your uniform to reflect your brand, and in terms of the color and as well as the feel, right? So if you want your brand to feel more comfortable, then yeah, maybe you have your staff wear hoodies and sweatshirts when it's cold, or undershirts, and they're all of a certain color scheme and style, and they get to choose. Great, it's up to you. Now, a lot of times people do run into the issue, and you very well likely will, of how do you enforce this? How do you really make sure that your staff is consistent with this? Because no matter what system you have in place in your business, there generally will always be pushback, and not pushback in the sense that people are resisting it, but pushback in the sense that you have to figure out how you're going to enforce these things, whether it's a policy for upselling or it's a policy for wearing uniforms, so on and so forth. You're going to have people who do not abide by this, either because they forget, they don't want to do it, they're lazy, so on and so forth. So you have to have clarity on how you approach these things. Generally, what we do is if we're having a more standard t-shirt sort of logo style uniform, if someone shows up without it, we've got extras in the back, they get written up, and then we take the shirt or hat or combination thereof out of their next paycheck. We don't make money on it, we're not selling it to them retail, but whatever the business's costs are, you would charge them that, so that they're aware, oh, there are actually repercussions to showing up without my shirt. This will hopefully inspire them in the future to be aware that they need to do this. Now, write-up policy is a whole other thing, and I'll maybe create a video about that as well. If you guys are curious about it, you can put it in the comment box below. But as a whole, it's important to make sure that there's standards, because someone once said that you can only expect what you inspect, and your staff is always depending on, generally, not always, but they may be feeling into what can they get away with, right? How relaxed are you as a business? How important are these things to you? So make it important, because it will inspire attention to detail in other areas of your business as well. So that's the message for today. This is Andrew McFarland with StartAJuiceBar.com. Hope you guys are feeling amazing. Thank you to all the people who have subscribed. If you're interested and you're not subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do so. If you have any comments, like I said before, put it in the comments box below. And if you like the video, press the like button. I'm out here in Louisville, my first time here, working with a client in Wave Juice Bar Restaurant, and yeah, having a good time. We'll be out here for another couple of days, and then back to LA, and then back to, we'll see. Sending you guys my love. See you soon.